Hello, my name is Shama. I am the program director here at Girls and Geese. We are very excited today. We have on a very special guest. You may have seen her tearing up the scene in Fight to Win. She is little, but she is fierce. She'll be joining us here in just a moment to share her perspective, a little bit about her story. If you haven't heard of her, her name is Rayne. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on here so we can get to know her just a little bit better. Let's see, we're going ahead and getting her on. So if you guys have not tuned into this series before, it's an opportunity for us to get to know some of our young up-and-coming fighters, girls that are going to be shaping jiu-jitsu, and we're super excited to have you on here today. Lily, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about you. We see you on the main stage at Fight to Win. Tell us a little bit more about who you are.
I am a jiu-jitsu fighter. I do wrestling and I do cheerleading.
Ah, you do cheerleading too. That's awesome. How do you have enough time to do all of that? That's so much.
I do 5 hours of training, so I try to fit it in.
Oh, wow. When do you sleep?
I sleep late at night.
You're able to still sleep?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, good. So how long have you been training jiu-jitsu?
I've been training jiu-jitsu for 6 years.
For 6 years? And how did you get started?
I started jiu-jitsu with looking at one of my dad's old medals, and I said I wanted to be a world champ in it.
Oh, and so you train with your little sister too, right?
Yes.
How long have you guys been training with each other?
I've been training with my little sister for about 4 years.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit. So we've been seeing you compete a lot out there at Fight to Win. Are you nervous when you go out there? You're doing it so much now, or is you not even thinking about it anymore?
I get nervous sometimes.
Yeah? What do you do to help you with the nerves? Do you listen to music?
What I do, I relax and I drill.
Ah, so you drill a little bit before you go out there for the Fight to Win
Yes.
shows?
Yes.
So is it different for you going out there with all the lights and on the stage than it is going out in a regular tournament and where you have a whole bunch of mats going on, or is it pretty much the same for you at this point?
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you come out with your whole entourage too, so you have your family and your coaches and everybody. So that must feel nice, right? To have everybody out there supporting you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what came first? Were you doing jujitsu first or were you doing cheerleading first?
I was doing jiu-jitsu first.
And then what made you kind of want to get into cheerleading?
Because I wanted to get into cheerleading to work on my flexibility, and my mom used to be a cheerleader.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I see you and your sister are most identifiable by your bows. You have the best bows. Does your mom make your bows?
No.
No? How many bows do you have in your collection? I'm just curious.
I have about 500.
You have 500 bows?
Yeah.
Wow. Which ones are your favorite?
My cheetah print ones.
Oh, your cheetah print one. Have you competed in that one before?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, good. So tell me a little bit, where do you train?
I train at Team Alpha Miami.
Excellent. How long have you been training there?
I've been training at Team Alpha Miami for about 11 months.
11 months. Awesome. So how are you able to, and I'm curious because I know as an adult, I don't know how I do everything, but how as a kid are you able to do cheerleading and jujitsu, and I think you said you do wrestling too?
Yeah.
How are you able to do that and go to school and hang out with your friends? Where do you fit it all in?
I kind of make time, so we have, because of my cheerleading school is right almost across the street, and then we have wrestling at the same place.
Ah. So what do your cheerleading friends think of you doing jujitsu? Do they understand what it is?
No.
No, they have no
No.
idea. So what do you tell them when they say jujitsu? What's jujitsu? What do you tell them?
I tell them that it's a fighting sport.
Ah. Hey, you haven't gotten any of them to come over and train with you yet?
No.
Have you been trying?
Yes.
Good. That's awesome. What about what? So other than that, what do you like to do for fun? Do you like to draw? Do you like
I
to
like to
play with
draw.
dolls? What do you do?
I like to draw.
What do you like to draw?
I like to draw like foods,
You like to
like
draw what?
different types of foods.
Ooh, food. Oh, that's a good one. What's your favorite food to draw?
My favorite food to draw is a pizza.
Oh, is that your favorite food to eat too?
No. My
No,
favorite
what's your favorite food to eat?
it's sushi, steak, and mashed potatoes.
All together?
No, separate.
That might be a little gross. Awesome. So, so who else trains in your, have you got who else trains in your house? Does everybody train in your household? I know your
Yes.
sister's
My
training, your dad's
sister,
training. Is
my
mom
dad,
training?
yeah, and my brother.
And your brother. Wow. That's so do you guys train a lot at home or you train mostly at the gym?
Mostly at the gym.
Yeah. Are you and your sister, are you guys able to kind of work together and train to help each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she one of your favorite training partners?
Yes.
Aw, that's awesome. So what are some of your goals? I know you're young. I know you got your whole life ahead of you. Um, but what are some things that you're looking at doing? We're seeing you out there and you're like, keep winning and you have these amazing submissions. But what are some of your goals that you want to do? I know you said you want to be a world champion, but what are some things that you want to accomplish on the way as you get there?
I'm not really sure what I have. Any other goals?
No? Do you want to compete? Like, is competing something that you really love doing? Is that something you want to do as much as you can this year?
Yes.
Yeah. What about, have you ever thought, like, oh, when I'm bigger, I want to teach? Have you ever thought about instructing?
No.
Not yet. Nah, that's okay. So, what is your favorite submission?
My favorite submission is an armbar
An armbar? And where do you set up your armbars from?
from guard.
From guard? So that's what I got to watch out for when I roll with you someday. I got to watch out for your arm bars. Are you
Yes.
sneaky in your setup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for other girls that want to do cheerleading, who like bows, who like pretty things, and also want to do jujitsu, but like jujitsu kind of scares them? Like, what would you tell one of your friends at your cheerleading school that's like, oh, that sounds like fun, but I don't know. What would you tell them to get them to come to jujitsu?
I would tell them that you would have mostly fun and you would get to grapple.
You get to grapple. And what's the best part about grappling?
That you get to fight and submit people.
Ah, that's a good thing to do. And what does it make you feel when you fight and submit people? Do you feel strong? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel confident?
I feel confident.
Yeah, it makes
Yes.
you feel good about who you are when you're out there and you can defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're thinking about jujitsu, so you're lucky. So you're little, right? You started when you're little.
Yeah.
So your jujitsu is just going to be a part of who you are as you grow older. Whereas people like me who started when they were adults, it was very awkward. Like we didn't know how to move our bodies. Did you ever struggle with that? Like was it easy for you to kind of get the movement in jujitsu, or was it kind of hard in the beginning?
It was kind of easy to get the movement.
It was easy?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you got the movements pretty well and like, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything else like gymnastics or any other sports before you did jujitsu?
No.
No, so it was your first time.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, you know what? It shows because you're amazingly talented, and then I'm excited to see where you're going to go. I think world champion is right around the corner for you. I don't think you have too much longer. You're working hard. You're showing us some of your stuff, and it's phenomenal. So, what is your next tournament? What are your next tournament that you're going to be doing?
My next tournament is JJ World League, February 5th. I own Florida Wrestling to qualify for states, January 29th through the 30th. Fight to win in Dallas on February 11th.
Wow. You're jet setting all over the place. That's awesome. So who's been like who's been like who's been some of your favorite people that you've gone up and competed with? Like who's somebody that's really like kind of pushed you really hard, or you felt like, oh, that was a really good challenging match? Is there been anybody that you've competed with that you've gotten that from? No? Everybody's been tough? That's good. It challenges you. That's awesome. So what is your favorite subject in school? What do you like to study in school?
I like to study math a lot.
Math? What kind of math do you like?
Multiplication and division.
That's awesome. So that makes sense because with jujitsu, we're always like thinking and analyzing. There's a strategic aspect that involves math and logic and all of that. That's awesome. So tell me, what is your, let's see, I'm trying to think of a good one. We already know your favorite food. So what has been your favorite place to travel to? Since you get to go travel all over the place, where has been your favorite place to go travel and compete?
I think Dallas.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Why do you like Dallas the most? What's up in Dallas?
Because I was born in Dallas. So.
You were born in Dallas?
So
Oh, so you're a Texas girl.
Yeah.
So it's like going home back to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you could train with anybody in jiu-jitsu? Is there anybody that you follow? Any other women or any coaches? No? Nobody out on the fight to win stages that you've been watching? No? Well, let me think of one last good question. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this with you. If you could go train anywhere and compete and do anything, the world is your oyster. You can do anything in jiu-jitsu. What would you like to do?
This is a hard question. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure.
You're not really sure? Well, there's a lot of options out there, so I get it. There's a lot of places to go and train.
Yeah.
So, well, then let's go ahead and finish out with this one. What advice do you have for people who are a little bit nervous competing? Because it looks like you've overcome your competition. Hey, there's a little sister. Hey, and the brother. Hi, you guys. And the other. Hey. So tell me, what was my question? If you could give advice to somebody who's a little bit nervous about competing in jiu-jitsu, what would you tell them? And why should they go compete?
I would say because it's very fun to go compete.
It's fun? And what would you tell them to help them feel less nervous about competing?
I would say to drill and focus on the techniques you need.
So go out there and execute and do what you need to do and what you know how to do?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it was such a pleasure having you on. I'm happy we get to see your whole crew of support behind you. It's obvious why you're doing so well, as you got such a powerful support team. And I'm really excited to see where all of you guys are going. I've seen all of you guys out there on the main stage on the Fight to Win. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for letting you do the interview. Thank you so much for being on here today and sharing your story with us and getting to know you a little bit better. And You have a wonderful day, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. You take care. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.